And hello again, everybody, and welcome to D-League Radio here. I'm Patrick McFarland along with Matt Thiele, and we are happy to bring you the first game of the D-League schedule today between the Knights and the Jesters. The Knights come into this one needing a victory. 3-10-1, 7 points, 5th place in the Bafia Conference. The Jesters a little bit above them at 3rd place. They're 5-8-1 with 11 points.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting game because for those of you that know the D-League, you know that the Jesters are an offspring or an expansion team of the Knights. I mean, Kevin Coble was on the Knights for several years. He got his own team, Jesters, Knights. This is going to be a fun game. It's not quite a rivalry of Squirrels Knights, but I do see it eventually getting up to that point.
Absolutely, and so what do you think, Matt, the Knights are going to need to do today to pull off the upset?
Score more than the Jesters.
That's definitely a good place to start. They come in with Teague Boyd leading their team with 8 goals, and Jeremy Dove, Mark Braden, Hannah Haas, and Chad Van Horn all with 4. Looking across the side, the Jesters have Ted Davis with 10, Justin Moore with 8 goals, and John Garby with 7. So just looking at goal production, definitely a little off balance here between these two teams.
It is, but what I like for the Knights is their goalie, TJ Aarons, the Sieve. He's having a great year, not quite as Brian Higgins' quite year, but he's right up there. And then they got then the Jesters have Rich Pennico in net. He's no slouch either, but if I put my money on the goaltender, I would think TJ is going to have a better game.
He's certainly a tough one to beat, and he will make the Jesters at least bring their best shots to score some goals today. Just want to point out that all of our games are brought to you by the Keg Stand, 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. They have over 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week. And don't miss half-price wings on Wednesdays along with penny pitchers. Home of the D-League, home of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand. Also like to point out that on February 12th, there will be a potluck here in the lounge at Bucks Arena. So for all you D-League players, feel free to bring something to pass or just bring your appetite for Sunday, February 12th here at Bucks Arena for D-League potluck.
Yeah, potluck days are always fun. You gotta, just love potluck day.
You know, seven layer burrito dip. I'm sure there's going to be at least 4 different varieties of chili.
Right before your game, there's going to be some crop dusting going on, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, if you see one guy sitting all by himself on the bench, that's probably a safe assumption.
Definitely.
So, just going back and looking at where these teams were last week. The Knights lost to the Smart Aces 5-4. The Jesters were able to beat the Ramblers 6-5, and I called that game, and it was a kind of a shootout until the third period where things kind of locked down, and the Jesters were able to get that one last goal to pull ahead and get those 2 points.
Yeah, both games decided by 1 goal. So that's it's a loss, but it's not like the 4-0 or 6-0 that the Blues got handed to them by the Squirrels last week. It sounds like they were competitive games. Absolutely,
and these two teams have played already this season. The Jesters won 5-3 way back on October 24th at the beginning of the season. So this is a rematch of that, but a lot can change in a couple of months. So we'll see if there's a different Knights team here showing up today.
Yeah, and looks like we are waiting for referees and a scoreboard operator to make their way out on the ice before we start our game.
So we do have a little bit of a delay. As Matt pointed out, we're waiting for the officials and the official scorer to reach ice level. And so the teams are on the ice working out, getting stretched, taking some practice laps. No shots because there's no pucks, because there's no referees. So,
yeah, if I could, I'd like to have a shout-out to some friends in New York. Kathy and Steve, I hope you're listening. If you are, go ahead and just tag me on Facebook. This is not Stampedes, but, what can you expect? It's the Knights and Jesters, so it'll be a good game regardless.
Absolutely. And, one of the great things about D-League is that you've got a wide variety of talent on the ice. And I think, even when we look at these two teams, there's certainly some players who have a much higher level of skill than some of the others. And I think that's one of the great things about this league is watching, some of those newer players develop into better hockey players, and some of the better players being being helpful in that regard. So
definitely. Like number 19, Adam Swingle for the Knights. He was skating and doing some really nice crossovers before all the other skaters got out there. He's a pretty new player, and he was looking really good out there.
Yeah, it's nice, and I noticed last week we had the 12:45 game, and there was about a 15-20 minute span where the ice was ready, and we could go out and practice for a little bit, and it was a nice opportunity to get some extra skating practice in, take some passes, take some shots, anything you can do to kind of up your practice level and get a little better at the game while you're out there. So
any free ice is good ice.
that's right.
Anytime you can get out there.
And some of these guys, though, they might end up being worn out before before we even drop the puck if they skate around too much longer.
There's a few smart guys sitting on the bench waiting, so they're smarter than the others that are still doing their laps.
That's usually my strategy, is to take some of that 3 minutes that you get and then go sit down for the last part of it.
Oh no, I don't. I stretch on the bench and I sit there. It's like, nah, if I'm gonna exert myself, it's gonna be when it matters.
That's exactly right.
And we are still waiting. I do not see. I see a Bucks official looking back on. He's heading back toward the referee locker room, so maybe he's checking on the referee status for us.
Yeah, most unusual. Normally at this point we've got referees and the game is ready to be played, so we're still.
I have my referee jersey in the car, so if they need a referee, I can. I don't have my skates though. So.
Well,
yeah.
that might throw a monkey wrench into things a little bit. Well, you could always just run around in your shoes. I'm sure that would be just as effective. Huh?
Yeah, I'll just blue line to blue line. That's all I need. Looks like we got a couple people. Most people are just heading toward their bench now, at least for the Jesters. We got one skater, 9, Garby, still doing his laps. Everyone else looks like some chit-chatting. A player to look out for on the Knights is number 28, Chase Robinson. He was a first-year skater last year on the Jesters, and let me tell you, he was lights out. This year is his another very solid year from this guy. He's fun to watch, fast, quick, and he's learning a whole bunch.
I agree, yeah, and from what I understand, hasn't played a lot of hockey, but when you watch him play, he's a natural athlete, and his speed and agility on the ice is really top-notch for a young man who hasn't been playing the game all that long.
And he has his brother that's playing on the Jesters right now. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Right.
And he's pretty good as well. So the Robinsons can play some hockey.
I think they both wear number 28, and they both kind of look alike, so there's definitely a similarity to their game as well. And we do have a referee making his way to the ice, so that's good news. Hopefully that means we'll be underway shortly, and we have a second referee, and I believe he's carrying pucks.
Yeah.
Sarcastic Bronx cheer.
I don't know. I think the referees just like to make a statement, come out a little bit late, saying, hey, we're in charge. We're going to do this when we want to.
Yeah, the game starts when we get here.
There we go.
So now we have pucks on the ice, and you'll hear that familiar thud of the pucks hitting the boards and being fired all over the ice now, and presumably we'll have another 3 minutes to kill here.
At least when they start the clock, which no one has started the clock.
We still don't have a timekeeper.
Folks, those of you listening out there, we're not professional. We're not a professional league. We act like it, but there's some hiccups here and there that we have to deal with.
And if you're listening to this on tape delay, you probably won't be listening to this because I'm hoping they'll just edit it out. So.
There we go. All right, we got some warming up of the goalies. That's always a good fun time. On the Knights, number 88, Chad Van Horn. I skated with him years ago. He came probably before Christmas. The Knights added him to the roster. And this is a big, strong, fast skater. This is a guy to watch out for.
Yeah, I noticed that in the last game I called. He was definitely a factor for them, and that was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, his first game was against me and the Stampede, and I remember he scored his first goal, his first game, and it was on me when I was on the ice with him. And he's like, I'm back, and I was like, thanks a lot, Chad, I appreciate it. He's a good skater. And then number 2, Hannah Haas. She's another fun one to watch.
Absolutely.
She's 5'2", probably 98 pounds. But if you've ever skated against her, she is one of the toughest hockey players we have in this league. She she leads the league in penalty minutes, right?
She should.
Fights, penalty minutes, ejections, you name it.
Yep.
That she leads the league.
Yeah, she has a very low center of gravity. She's a very strong skater, and
She gets underneath you if you're going over her.
and she's not afraid to cozy up to you and maybe knock you down if the situation calls for it. I played with her in summer league this past year, and great teammate, and a lot of fun to play with on the ice. So there's the horn. It sounds like we are now about ready to go here.
There we go.
Mercifully, I think I'd just about run out of things to say. So
about time we start calling a game.
So once again, it will be the Knights and the Jesters here. Knights coming in 3-10-1, fifth place in the Bafia. Jesters 5-8-1 with 11 points there, good for third. So opportunity for the Knights to help themselves out, move up perhaps in the standings, and at least gain some ground on teams ahead of them here if they can get some offense going. That's kind of been their problem in most of the games they've lost this year, from my recollection.
Yeah, and the Jesters, they have their leading scorers here, Garby, Moore, and Ted Davis. So with those three on the ice, they're going to put up some points, even against TJ Aarons.
Yep, so a lot of firepower on the Jesters, so it will be up to TJ to keep this game close. A game that they played earlier in the year against the Slashers, I think he had to have taken 40 shots just in the first two periods. So I know he can stand up to it. He's probably going to have to somewhat today.
Still 40 shots in the first two periods is a lot of shots.
It is. And teams are on the ice, and we are about ready to face this one off. It'll be Hannah Haas and John Garby taking the face off at center. The Jesters wear a white uniform with blue and red trim, a la the Buccaneers. The Knights in their familiar black and purple, a la the LA Kings, and we're underway. Knights win the face-off. Into the corner with it goes Dove. Dove centers a pass that goes through. Back to the point now. Here's Nemi. Nemi takes a shot that's blocked out in front, now cleared out from in front of the net by Gray. Round to the far boards. Haas tries to get it back to the point, but it comes back out. Llewellyn just backhands it right back into the zone. Jesters recover it there. Van Horn tries to intercept a pass that goes under his stick. Moore pushes it ahead for the Jesters into the Knight zone. Now Moore with it. Face-off circle, tries to make a run around. Now back pedals and centers when no one there. Here come the Knights the other way. First minute of play here. Knights bringing it into the Jesters zone. Centering pass is blocked. Hannah Haas retrieves it. Face-off circle. Backhands a pass. It's sent back into the corner. Hannah again intercepted, and the Knights will clear. The Jesters will clear.
Kevin Coble made a couple nice plays there on defense. Hannah Haas was right there, camped in front of the net. It was passed to her. Kevin Coble got in the way, deflected that. It was a good play by Kevin.
All right, and at the other end, we had a centering pass from Moore that goes just under the stick of Garby. A possible scoring opportunity goes astray there. Now held in at the point by Moore. Moore back to Coble. Coble looking to send a shot right in on TJ Aarons, and he's able to easily stop it, and he will hold on for a whistle.
Did you see that backhanded play by Moore? That was a nice backhanded pass right to Kevin, right on his stick. Threw it on net. I don't think they were trying to score. I think they were just trying to send it to get a shift change. But it's a good shot nonetheless.
Absolutely. And you never know. You might get a rebound. You might get a lucky bounce. It's always a safe bet to just send one on net. Well, face off to the right of Aarons is won by the Knights. Pass across the middle that will result in a clearing of the puck. Gannon just sticks it right back down into the Knights' end. Braden behind his own goal. Moves it ahead now. It's Robinson. Out of his zone, but intercepted by Woodward. Offside, so he's just going to dump it. Braden behind his own net to go get it. Braden falls down in the corner. Helvey there. Centers a pass that goes just under Kuhn's stick and back out to center.
Dave Gannon needed to keep that puck in. He let it go by him, and fast break opportunity for the Knights.
And here's the Knights at the other end. Vanderlee centering pass blocked in front. Back into the corner. Woodward just sends it off the boards. Robinson gets it there, sends it behind the net. Chased down by Gannon. Gannon loses control. Now out in front, poke at it a couple times. Knights looking to get one out in front. They can't. Vanderlee loses control. Robinson in the corner. Intercepted by Woodward. Out, not out. Reichart from the point. Ted Davis intercepts. Davis sends a cross-ice pass. Kuhn's trying to chase it down, but Braden will get there first. Braden can't get it out. Deflects behind the net's goal. Braden will send it around the corner. Met first there, now to Davis. Davis takes a shot that's on net, but stopped by Aarons. Now behind the net, falling down is John Reichart, but the puck will go around and out to center. Ted Davis off the boards, back into the Knights' end. Braden will just wrist it right back out now. Gannon. Fans on it. Now we have a possible breakaway. Here come the Knights. He's in, takes a shot, and it is stopped. That was Marriott on the shot, but Pennico able to go down and get enough of it with his stick hand side to steer it aside.
That was the second mistake by Dave Gannon that let the Knights get a fast break opportunity on them.
And here come the Stampede the other way. Davis in, but he falls down. A shot from the face-off circle is stopped by Arns, and the puck will be cleared back to center. Just over 16 minutes to go, period one. Scoreless here, Knights and Jesters. And now we have an opportunity for the Knights. Point-blank shot stopped. Puck goes squirting up in the air behind the net. Jesters trying to get it out. Knights hold.
Yeah,
Marriott.
Charlie Marriott is hustling. He is on a mission today. Did you see that? Skate end to end.
Absolutely. And here come the Jesters back the other way. Far side boards. Puck is knocked down by a Knights player, and Boyd collects it there, back to center. Teague Boyd tied up. Puck squirts back now. Rich Harms will just send it down into the corner. Here's Kevin Coble deep in his own zone, letting his team finish a change. The Knights also changing. Coble skates it up to center. Near side boards, still with it. Coble across the blue line, now looking for a centering pass. It's blocked. Pass goes out of the zone, and we'll have a delayed offsides and now a whistle as it's touched by a Jester's stick.
I don't know if you saw that, but Hannah Haas just took Kevin Coble off his feet. we
Talk
said
about
it
David
before.
and Goliath, huh?
There's size difference there between Coble and Haas.
Maybe a couple feet, in fact. When they're on skates, it sure looks like that. So face-off is won by the Knights back in their own zone. Llewellyn backhands it around, but Jesters are there. Now a shot right in on goal, stopped. Another one will deflect wide. Now a centering pass that misses the mark and goes all the way back down, and it will be played by Richie Pennico behind his own goal. Pennico leaves it there for Coble. A little bit of a forecheck here. Now Hannah Haas off a bad pass from Coble. Haas centers one, but Coble's there off his skate. Coble now wrists it, not quite out though. Murray keeps it in at the blue line. Here's Van Horn. Van Horn shot blocked by Coble. Good hustle there. Van Horn battles for it in the corner, back to Murray. Murray, Hannah Haas tied up partially, gets a shot off. Deflects into the corner where Coble's able to wrist it to the boards and out. And here comes Moore with some speed. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Moore looking to make a pass. He does, just out of the reach though of JT Nutt. Now Nutt in the corner, battling for it there. Goes up the boards to the point, kept by Gray. Gray, shot deflected in front. Van Horn chasing it down, but Coble gets there first to keep it. Sends it up the boards, now intercepted by Van Horn. Coble chips in, sends it deep into the Knights' end. It goes around the goal. Llewellyn plays it there, but not out. Now here comes Hannah Haas, batted back in. Kept in by the Jesters, now falling down is Moore. And Van Horn able to clear out to center. And we'll get a change of D now quickly for the Knights. Jesters trying to push the action. Reichart, front of his own goal now, sends it over. Braden there. Has it go under his stick. Braden retrieves and sends it out to center. Intercepted, and Gannon will just dump it right in on TJ Aarons. He will steer it aside easily. Braden, far side face-off circle out of the zone to center. Woodward intercepts for the Jesters, sends it right back in, and that will not be an icing. John Reichart behind his own goal. Sends it off the boards, and it squirts out to center. Moore retrieves it there for the Jesters. Backhands it up to Woodward. Woodward up the near boards into the zone. Woodward sends a cross-ice pass that misses its mark. Busby, though, advances it forward to Moore behind the goal. Moore, played by Braden, looking for an outlet, sends a centering pass to Busby. He can't quite handle it, and Vanderleest will come the other way for the Knights now.
That was a good transition by the Jesters over in the defense, or the Knights' defensive zone. Busby had an opportunity to score. It was just on his backhand, not on his forehand.
And now we have the puck going behind the Knights' end in their zone. 12 minutes to go here in period one. Still scoreless between the Knights and the Jesters. Play at center. Woodward falling down, tries to get a pass over to Moore, but it's intercepted by Braden. Braden moves it cross ice. Now Robinson into the zone. Vanderleest tries to kick it to himself and he can't. Squirts back out to center. Garby with some speed up the near boards. Garby has Busby with him. Sends a pass to Busby. Hard wrister steered aside by Ahrens. And now Chase Robinson recovers in his own zone, skates it out. Robinson, cross ice pass behind Vanderleest. Goes into the zone though. Along the far boards, Vanderleest possesses. Now sends it in deep. Woodward, good defense there on that Swangle, but the puck will go all the way back down in, right in on goal. Ahrens just wrists it right back out to center. Woodward in his own zone. Sends it to center now. Moore over the blue line. Moore got one coming in late. Moore will dump it to Garby. Garby sends a wrister way wide. And Marriott will gather it there in the corner and take it up ice.
That was a nice pass by Moore to Garby.
Now possible opportunity here. Marriott comes in, tries to backhand one, deflected by Coble. Behind his own net is Coble, now Marriott. Boyd falling down, sends a pass cross ice that goes behind the goal. Marriott leaves it there for Llewellyn. Takes a hard shot from the point that's blocked in front. Niemi up to play it now to Harms. Harms fans on the shot. Into the corner for Gray. Gray up the far boards. He'll get it out, sends one up the ice. That'll go all the way down for an icing. And with 10:25 to go, we'll have a whistle and a face-off deep in the Jesters' end. Scoreless still.
Halfway through the first period, I have the shots at 4-4 each. Pretty even game so far. I don't think any team had one advantage or any definite offensive time more than the other.
I would agree with that. Yep, been pretty even so far. Face-off won by the Knights. Boyd tries to send it back to Reichart. Intercepting, though, and coming the other way is Coons for the Jesters. Now Davis. Davis is all by himself. Ted Davis, backhander that will be in. That's a goal for Ted Davis, his 11th of the year. He went top shelf backhand and beat TJ Ahrens, and we have our first goal of the game. Ted Davis, 11th goal of the season.
That's their leading scorer. You can't let him get past you, and that's exactly what the Knights did, and they paid it.
And he just had one step, and that's all he needed. And he got in and took a backhander over TJ's shoulder. 1-0 Jesters with 9:30 to go. Face-off won cleanly by the Knights. Coble at his own blue line, advances it to Helvey. Helvey chips it into the zone. Reichart plays it in front of his own net, lifts it up and out of the zone. Risky play there, but gets away with it.
It could have been a high stick call right there.
And now back into the Knights' end and coming the other way. Puck deflects into the corner. Teague Boyd. Coble beats him to it. Sends it up the boards to Helvey. Helvey not out. Now Davis hustles up the boards. He's over the line looking for a pass. Now he'll go deep into the corner. Ted Davis centers one that's steered aside by TJ Ahrens and back out to center. Gray gathers it there. Has to wait for his team to get back on side. Now back to Ted Davis at center. Circling. Ted Davis has it stripped by Marriott. Marriott in front of the Jesters bench. Chips it into the zone. Falling down is Gray. Marriott still fighting for it. Now goes around the goal. Helvey will just send it out there. Reichart to pick it up at his own blue line. Reichart, cross-ice pass back into the zone. Coble gathers it there for the Jesters in front of his net and just wrists it right back out. That'll go all the way down, and we will have an icing waved off. Referee saying Braden could have played that puck. Braden sloppy with the pass and has it knocked away, but Reichart right there to wrist it back out.
That was a sloppy pass right in front of his own net.
And here's Hannah Haas in the other zone, loses the puck. Now Fred Woodward will just send it right back out to center. Knights bury it deep here, and they have to get back on side. Woodward near boards in his own zone, sends it back out, but it will be deflected right back in. And here's Moore to gather it for the Jesters. Moore, pass off the boards. That's Nutt. Nutt sends one forward, but it's unable to be played any further there as the Knights are standing tall defensively. Now sending it around the boards. Reichart behind his net. Sends it cross ice, but it's intercepted now. Now a centering pass from Nutt. Moore circling near the blue line, sends a wrister on net that's steered aside by Ahrens. Reichart in the corner to gather it. Back to the point, but not out. Woodward dumps it back around the goal. Braden there to get it for the Knights. He will send it out to center, trying to get it past to Hannah Haas, but it's off her stick, and now she knocks down Moore, and we have no call there.
Yeah, Moore wanted that call too. He went down and he was putting his hands up saying, hey, where? I didn't just go down on my own.
Didn't get it. Now there's another opportunity off the rebound. Hannah Haas shot goes just wide. Van Horn centers one just past Hannah Haas's stick. Face-off circle now, a redirected shot that goes just wide of the goal. Now behind the net here. Knights are swarming. Van Horn back to the point for Niemi. Niemi wristers blocked in front. Half boards played up but not out. Now back hard behind the net. Gannon sends one around, but it's not going to get out as it's kept there by Niemi momentarily, but Axney able to get just enough of it to get it back out to center. Knights send it right back in. They're going to get a partial change here. 6 minutes to go, period one. 1-0 Jesters leading the Knights. Niemi stands it up at his own blue line, now moves it up to Vanderleest. Over to Hannah Haas. Centers one to Vanderleest, into the zone, into the slot now. Just out of the reach of Jeremy Dove, goes into the corner to get it. Dove centers a pass that's blocked easily by Woodward. Now that's Moore trying to get it out of his own. Finally, they do get it out, but it's sent right back in by Niemi.
That was a good transition or offensive zone for the Knights. They held the puck for at least 45 seconds down in their offensive zone.
Going the other way, Moore takes a hard wrister that's steered aside easily by Arns. Big rebound, kicks to the near boards. Chasing it down in the corner is Moore. Moore looking for the centering pass, gets it, but it's off the stick of Axney. Now that's over to Busby. Busby centers one. It's deflected right back to the boards. And Swengel will hit it, but not out. It gets deflected right back in. And now the Knights are able to clear. Kevin Coble at his own blue line. Moves a pass forward into the zone that goes just past Moore. Now the Knights, long connection pass off the boards to Swengel. Swengel into the zone, is knocked off the puck there by number 25, that's Kyle Gray. Now Coble sends one all the way around the boards, hard and out, where Moore will gather it for the Jesters. Moore over the blue line. Now moving along the blue line, sends a pass back over to Busby. And the Knights are able to clear it. With a little speed, here's Vanderleest up the near board. Sends a shot wide. Swengel along the far boards. Dumps it in deep, nobody there. Gray will get it for the Jesters. Battle for it in the corner. Jesters able to come away with it. Now the puck moved ahead off a Garby stick though and kept in. Now here's a shot from the slot, and Vanderleest and Pinnacle had to be alert there to make that save. And it's kept at the blue line by the Knights only temporarily. No, here comes Garby with some speed up the near boards. Across the center line, now loses the puck. Murray able to bat it across to Swengel. Knights getting the last part of their change done here. And the Jesters going for a partial change as well. So Reichart in his own zone, 3:45 to go, period one. 1-0 Jesters lead the Knights. Coons has it go off his stick at the blue line. Now Reichart bats back out to center. Taking it there now is Boyd. Boyd, hard shot right in on Pennico, and he's able to stop it, and he will cover it.
That was a good shot by Boyd. Strong, wrist. What's it, glove side? Stick side?
Glove side.
Glove side,
And
okay.
a good save by Pennico there.
Very good save.
Not much of a rebound, and he was able to cover it up, which is the other key there. 3:15 to go, period one, and the Jesters still lead 1-0. Face off deep in the Jesters' end, just to the right of Rich Pennico. Davis against Boyd. Davis able to win the face-off and just dumps it back behind him to Gray. Gray, face-off circle, stripped though, and held in at the line there, and a hard shot right in on Pennico, and he gloves it and hangs on. Nice shot there from Braden at the line.
Very nice shot and a very good save by Mr. Pennico.
Yeah, Richie was moving just to his right as that shot was uncorked. He had to move quickly back to his left with his glove, and he did a nice job to keep that one out of the goal.
Yeah, I like to see defensemen take those kind of shots.
Absolutely, especially when there's nobody in front like that. It's a good opportunity for a rebound. Knights win that face-off, send it around back, but it's intercepted and will send all the way down. This one will go just wide of the goal, and Arns will let it go for an icing. So we'll have another face-off deep in the Jesters' end.
Looks like Captain John Reichert is giving Mr. Rich Harm some words of encouragement and advice on the way to the face-off.
To the left now of Richie Pennico will be the face-off. Again, it'll be Boyd and Davis. Davis wins it cleanly back behind. Woodward sends it off the boards, not out. Chased down by Marriott, far circle. Marriott trying to center one as he goes around the net. He loses control. Coons comes up with it and skates it out now for the Jesters. Over to Davis with a little speed, but it's poked away artfully by Reichart. Now Gannon gathers it for the Jesters at center ice. Now over to Helvey. Helvey now to Davis. Davis gains the zone. 1-on-2, skates it to the corner. He'll collect it there in circle, sends a centering pass, but it's easily knocked aside by Reichart. Now a bad pass, and Helvey has a bat at it, but it goes wide. Braden behind his net, sends it up the boards. It's not out. Back to Braden in the corner. Looking for an outlet pass, sends it off the boards, kept again by Gannon at the line. Marriott will try to wrist it again, kept by Gannon. And now Coons, Boyd off his stick. Coons centers one just behind Ted Davis, and it'll go wide of the net.
Yeah, that was two nice defensive plays made by Dave Gannon. I know earlier in the game I said he'd had two bad ones. He just made them for him right there.
And Reichart's fans partially on the clearing pass. Gannon tries to get into the corner. He fans a little on it. Now Reichart will just send it all the way down for an icing. And we will get one with 55 seconds to go in period one. Jesters continue to lead 1-0.
Yeah, that last minute, there wasn't a whole lot of anything going on between the teams. I mean, the Jesters had it in their offensive zone, but they didn't get very many opportunities. And Mr. Gannon did keep it in 3 times, but on all 3 of those times, he didn't get a whole lot on it when he sent the puck back in.
There wasn't much puck movement side to side either on that sequence,
No.
so it was all staying in the far corner, and the Knights were able to snuff it out pretty easily. Now off the face-off, the Knights win. Now Van Horn with some speed up the near boards, crosses center, kicks it forward to Hannah Haas, but it's played away by Woodward and back to center. Now here comes Axney with some speed going over the line for the Knights. Axney centers one. Moore takes a shot that's deflected into the corner. Hannah Haas gathers it there and just wrists it back out to center. Woodward in his feet now, looking for it, finds it, sends it off the boards, and that will do it for period one, as the Jesters will take the ice in the second period, leading it 1-0.
I have the shots for the Knights at 9 and Jesters at 7.
So the Knights actually outshot the Jesters in that period. And like you said earlier, I really thought the gameplay was pretty even for most of the period. The Jesters did get that one breakaway from Ted Davis where they were able to cash in, but otherwise a pretty even period.
Very, very even period. But as far as the Ted Davis goal, I mean, not many people are going to stop him if he gets a breakaway like that.
No, and that kind of talent with the backhand is a very high level of skill for this league, and a very well executed shot there to beat a very good goaltender. And so this game playing out kind of like, we talked about it going in, that the Jesters have a little bit more offense than the Knights. And the Knights have at least been able to put some pressure on, but maybe their lack of high-end goal scoring hurting them a little bit so far.
I'm going to agree with that. Hannah Haas and Chad Van Horn, I think, are going to be the key. Teague Boyd is a good skater, and he leads them in goals, but he can't do it all himself. So I'd like to see both of those two get a goal, and to see if they can put this away. Hopefully, it'll be as good as game or in the second period as it was in the first.
Definitely an up and down, exciting game. Pretty evenly played. Certainly not dominant from one side or the other. One of the things I've noticed with a player like Hannah Haas, great skater, great stick handler, doesn't have the finishing skills that some of our other elite players in this league have, and so that might be something that she continues to work on as the season goes on, as her career goes on, just improving on that angle.
As a defenseman, I don't know how to answer that, because when I'm facing against Hannah Haas, it's usually I'm on my back and she's skating right over me. So it's hard for me to agree or disagree with that.
And she did have a takedown in the first period. So
2 of them. She took Justin Moore and Kevin Koppel down.
That's right. There was 2. Yeah. And
that should be a new stat for D-League, is takedowns by Hannah Haas.
Well, she'd be leading the league for sure. And we're just about ready to start play here in the second period. 20 minutes are up on the board. Teams are on the ice. We're just waiting for the officials here. It'll be Garby and Hannah Haas facing it off. Once again, it's 1-0. Jesters lead the Knights. Garby wins the face-off. Moore skates it out of the circle now across the line. Moore takes a hard wrister right in on Aarons. He's able to glove it and prevent a rebound, and we'll get a face-off here 10 seconds into the period.
Jesters came out swinging there.
That good firm shot by Moore, but right in on T.J. Aarons, and he was able to see it all the way. We'll face off to Aarons' right. Some instructions from the referee to both centers, and now the puck is dropped. And won by Garby. Now deflects into the corner. Knights come up with it there, off of just Pie Dove's stick, but out of the zone. The Jesters will send it back in. Llewellyn has it go off of Moore and stays in the zone, but his defensive mate is right there to play it away.
Dangerous pass by Ryan Llewellyn right there.
Sure
Dangerous pass.
Garby in his own zone brings it out to Moore. Moore across the blue line now. Loses control, but he's able to get behind the D. Moore takes a shot and is stopped by Ahrens, and they blow the whistle just as the puck had sprung loose and was squirting across the line, but play had already been whistled.
Yeah,
dead.
Moore actually lost that puck between two of the Knight defenders, and he just skated right up to it and took a nice shot.
That's why you don't want to give up on a play just because you lose control of the puck, because he was able to gather it just at the right moment.
Follow the puck.
We'll have another face-off to TJ Ahrens' right, as the play's been all Jesters early in the second here. Face-off again, won by the Jesters, and here's Moore circling with it, keeping possession. Sends one on net. Follow-up by Garby, stopped by TJ Ahrens. Now a shot by Gray, gloved aside. And we're going to have a whistle, and looks like we're going to have I don't know if we're going to have a penalty call here. I didn't see any indication. The face-off's going to come out of the zone. It might have been an illegal touching. Best thing I can come up with there.
I'm not sure exactly what the whistle was. Could have been a high stick. I didn't see anything, but there's no one skating to the penalty box, but the play is coming out of the zone.
Yep. So 17:50 to go here in period 2. Face-off just in front of us outside of the Knights' end. Robinson has that face-off won by Ted Davis. Davis skates it into the face-off circle, backhands it, gloved easily by Ahrens. He'll hang on.
5 shots this period for the Jesters.
They have come out firing. And the puck has really not even left the Knights' zone.
The ice is slanted toward the Knights, definitely.
So we'll have another face-off here. Robinson Davis wins it easily. Back to the point, but the Knights are able to clear it out this time. Sent right back in, though, by Dave Gannon. Reichart waiting now. Sends a hard pass off the boards to center. Vanderleest has it there. Crosses the blue line, off a skate. Now moved ahead by Robinson behind the net. Vanderleest able to get control of it there. Vanderleest centers one out in front. It's too high for Swengel's stick, though. And now the Jesters are able to clear it back out to center. Vanderleest tries to skate it down. He loses his balance momentarily. And now here comes Coons the other way. Coons into the zone, takes a wrister that goes wide. Big bounce off the boards, but Reichart is there to gather it and take it into the corner for the Knights. He will send it up high off the boards and out. Vanderleest has it there. He's in the zone. One-on-one with Gannon. Sends a wrister by the net. It will go off the boards behind the goal. Now comes batting out in front. Knights looking for an opportunity, and he scores. Swangel wheeled around with the puck. I don't know that Pentecost saw it, and he was able to beat him with a goal, and it's 1-1.
Now, was that Swangel or was that number 28, Chase Robinson? I thought it was Chase. I thought it was a pass from Swangel, and I thought Chase put it in.
You may be right about that. I lost control, lost view of the puck momentarily myself on that one, so it would be great to have the benefit of instant replay in these situations.
That was a good shot. Whoever it was, that was a beautiful wrist shot.
Either way, yeah. Nice opportunity. Good sequence for the Knights there to get some offensive production, and the game is now tied.
They needed that after the first start of this first or second
Absolutely.
period.
It's funny how, the ice can be slanted so far one way for the first 4 minutes, and then the other team gets the goal, and we're right back where we started here.
Yeah, I thought that play started when John Reichert over in their defensive zone. I thought he was trying to dump the puck just to get an icing call, just so they can do a change. Vanderleest got the puck, and then it just went forward from there.
It was a good cross ice pass off the boards, and it led to a nice breakout for the Knights. Now Kuhn sends a wrister way wide, goes bouncing off the boards. Now a centering pass that's intercepted by Teague Boyd, and he will just skate it out to center. Gannon over to Woodward. Woodward sends it all the way in. They will not call that icing. Niemi in the corner for the Knights. Far side board sends it cross ice. Kept at the blue line by Gannon, but batted. Nope, still kept again by Gannon. And now Coons circling, looking for an opportunity here. Top of the circle. Shot is blocked. Gannon sends it deep around the boards. It'll be chased down there by Niemi for the Knights.
Yeah, Coons had James Helvey open there to the left of him, but he didn't see him. He was wide open.
And now Harms is able to send it down, and it will go all the way down the ice, and I think it will get just far enough that we'll have an icing here. 14:30 to go in period 2. Game is tied 1-1, Knights and Jesters. Knights getting the equalizing goal here in the second period after surviving a barrage of shots in the first 4 minutes.
There was a lot of shots. 6 shots already for the Jesters. Isn't that fun? Jesters. Have you ever called it Jesters a Jesters game?
I'm not looking forward to that.
That's going to be a tough one.
I think we might have to come up with a temporary name for one of those teams for that game.
Well, I own the Adjusters, so the Adjusters stay.
Okay, well, the Jesters are new, so I guess seniority rules. Now the play behind the Knights' goal there. Braden up with it for the Knights now. And that's a hard shot from the slot by Garby that's stopped by TJ Ahrens.
I think he got his stick down right there at the...
Axney sends one cross ice. Garby sends it on goal, but it's easily stopped by TJ Ahrens, and he will hold it for a whistle. 13:35 to go, period 2.
Jesters already have more shots this period than they did the first period. And there were good shots this period, too.
There's been a number of quality scoring opportunities. TJ Ahrens has played very well to keep this game 1-1. Face off to his left as both teams get some fresh skaters on. Garby wins the face-off. Axney tries to send it back to the line, but it goes over Kevin Kobel's stick. He chases it back down and sends it in. Knights look to break out. Haas partially fans on her breakout pass, but Van Horn able to control it at center. Just flips it into the zone where Kobel gains control of it there and moves it ahead to Axney. Axney, nice little move now to get the zone. Face-off circle, Axney tries to center one. It goes off the skate of Llewellyn, and he almost sends it into his own goal. Now here's a try from behind the net by Axney, still facing with it. Now sends it back to the far point. Kobel tries to move it forward, but has it blocked. Now Van Horn trying to chase it down. Kyle Gray will just sweep it back out to center where Garby is there for it.
It's a good play by Kyle Gray because Chad Van Horn was coming, and that's a big man to be coming after you.
You don't want to make a mistake with him coming at you like that. Now play into the Knight zone again. Now Axney trying to go for it, but he can't come up with it. Puck goes back out to center. Gray will just send it back hard into the Knights' end. Murray behind his own goal, waits. Now sends a high-risk pass through the center, but he connects with Dove. Dove will break out with Hannah Haas, sends it over cross ice to Haas. Past her stick, but she gets it along the boards. Hannah Haas trying to center it off Kobel's stick. Centers another one that goes past Van Horn. Pinching is Llewellyn. Sends a backhander toward the middle, but it's deflected in front. Hannah Haas wheeling around and sending a shot that goes just off of Richie Pennico's glove and will be played all the way back out to center, and it will go all the way down now. No icing, so TJ Ahrens out of his own goal here to play it.
That was a good shot by Hannah Haas. She just twisted and turned right into that shot.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity. Richie had to be ready.
Yeah, when you're that low to the ground, you're going to do some good things there.
That's right. Nobody can even see you there.
No.
Centering pass, nobody home, and the Knights dodge a bullet there. Now coming all the way. Here's Swengel. He was in all by himself, couldn't gather the puck and sends a wrister wide. He was all by himself, but couldn't get his footing. And now a hard shot that goes into the goal. And, I think we had a whistle. Maybe the goal was off.
I think the goal was off. The net was off the moorings. And looks like the Jesters have a new player. Trishon's coming on the ice. Where's he been?
So this is Matt Trishon. He must have been late. Yeah, okay, he can skate. So face off to the right of Richie Pennico, as I believe the referee was pointing to the net being off its mooring, not in the net. So face off one now by the Jesters. Gannon behind his goal, looking for an outlet. Sends it up the boards, and Moore able to get it off of Reichardt's skate and takes it the other way with speed. Moore into the zone. With Garby, sends a cross-ice pass that goes just out of the reach of Garby. Vanderleest tries to get it out, but is out of his reach. Woodward pinching in now. Takes it into the corner behind the net. Busby there. Busby off his stick. Looking to get it back to the point, but Gannon can't keep it there. Swangel able to get it out, and he will just send it down. And this puck will not be an icing as the referee waves it off.
It is going to die. There we go.
Just over 10 minutes to go, period 2. We're 1-1 between the Knights and the Jesters. Jesters have had a lot of opportunities but have not been able to score here in this period. And now the Knights clear it out of their zone, looking for a transition, but can't quite get the pass to connect. And Gannon will sweep it back out to center for the Jesters. Busby played it there now. Swangel 1-on-2, gains the zone. Busby still with it, going into the far corner, played by Gannon. Busby looking for a centering pass now. He gets one, but Vanderleest unable to connect. Moore sends it back out to center. But Reichart just dumps it right back in behind the Jesters net. Trishan sends it right out to center quickly, but here come the Knights back into the Jesters' end. Robinson plays it ahead to Marriott. Marriott chases it down behind the net, but he's canceled by Trishan. Up the boards to Busby. Still not out. Played there, Robinson and Busby collide. Busby goes down. And there's a hard shot the other way, blocked out in front as Garby had a rip at it. And off a skate now, here's Trishan, loose in the circle with it, takes a hard shot that's stopped by TJ Ahrens. Now back to the point, Busby wristers wide. Rebounded off the boards, and it will be stopped by TJ Ahrens and held.
Boy, Trishan has only been out in the game for a minute, and we've said his name 4 or 5 times.
Well, you mentioned he was a skater coming into this, so
he's a good skater.
And I'd like to remind everybody that all games are brought to you by the Keg Stand, 3530 West Town Parkway, West Des Moines. 90 beers on tap, new tappings every week. Don't miss half-price wings on Wednesdays along with penny pitchers. Home of the D-League, home of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand.
Keg Stand's a fun place. If you haven't had a chance to get there, get there.
Absolutely.
The food is good.
Love their gyros.
Never had their gyro. I like their pizza, and I like their prime rib. Not the prime rib, their steak. For one of the D-League drafts a couple years ago, it was really good.
They'll play up the boards now. The Knights are able to get it out. Here's Teague Boyd. He was 1-on-2, and the puck knocked away by Coble. Now into the zone. Here comes Ted Davis. Ted Davis, backhander, is deflected off a skate and plucked out of the air by Ahrens, and he will get a whistle here with 7:40 to go in period 2.
Any other skater, I would not count that as a shot, but that's a Ted Davis shot. Backhand up, glove side.
And a face-off to Ahrens' left. Davis wins it to Coons. Knights able to come up with it, though, now, and they will get it to the blue line, but not out. Llewellyn behind his own net now. Shadowed by Davis. Llewellyn goes down. Davis comes up with it, now passed to the point. Coble backhands one that's intercepted there by Teague Boyd. Sends it over to his teammate now. And they will get it out of the zone, and Marriott will be able to chase this one down. Penico out of his net, though, to play it, and he will send it right back out to center.
There's few people in the league that I do not know. I do not know Charlie Marriott very well, but I can tell you by watching him play, I'm going to like this Charlie Marriott.
He's a hustler, isn't he?
He is quick.
Charlie Marriott now top of the circle. Centers himself to Boyd. Hard wrister, he scores! Marriott just sent it right over to Boyd, and Boyd was ready with a hard wrister, and he lights up the lamp. It's 2-1 Knights.
What was I just saying about Charlie Marriott? That was a nice pass.
Sure was. Well, he attracted a lot of attention by skating it into the slot between the circles, and he had his teammate Teague Boyd right there, and he knew exactly what to do with that one.
Yep, put it right on his tape, and Teague Boyd did the rest.
9th goal of the season for Boyd. That does lead the Knights, and they now lead the game 2-1, 6:10 to go, period 2. So a lot of action for the Jesters, but no goals, and now they are behind in this game. Jesters looking to turn things around now. The puck played by Reichart at his own blue line into the Jesters end momentarily, and they're going to whistle that as offsides. Dove didn't touch it, so the play continues. Woodward plays it out of his own zone. Now Reichart brings it right back in. Centering pass to Dove is intercepted. Reichart gets it back, face-off circle, back to Haas. Haas loses it near the blue line and skating it out the other way with some speed. Here's Trishan up the boards, has it knocked away by Murray, though. Good play there. Reichart deep in his own end, off the boards and out to Dove. Dove at center ice, skating it across. Going far side boards into the zone. Tries to get a pass over to Haas. He does. Haas backhands one through the slot that goes all the way across to the boards, and Woodward to the point but not out. Now second sweep, Fred Woodward clears the zone. Reichart. Play picks up here now as the Jesters get it in the zone. Here's Woodward, hard wrister right on Ahrens, comes cross ice, stops the first one, rebound, stops that. Puck again in the slot, an opportunity, and down to his knees, and on the ice is Dove to keep an opportunity from JT Nutt from having a shot at going in. Great sequence there.
Yeah, Nutt did not look very happy after that. He slammed his stick on the ice in frustration. Well, he had an opportunity there.
Whenever you're looking at an empty net and you're not looking at a goal afterward, you're going to be a little upset. But a great defensive play there by Jeremy Dove, diving in there to make that a lot harder.
Yep.
So face-off, Garby's able to come up with possession. Now back to the point. Here's Trishon. Wrister there. Is stopped by TJ. Rebound out to center. Now here's Hannah Haas with speed. Haas gains the zone. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Haas, Wrister blocked by Trishon. Sends it now over to Busby. Busby around his own net. Intercepted by Van Horn, far face-off circle. Van Horn centers one. Oh, and Dove had an opportunity for a one-timer, just missed. Garby sends it behind his own goal to Trishon. Trishon looking for the outlet pass, gets it. Here comes Moore, center ice, 2-on-2. Busby joining the play late. Here's Garby, takes a hard wrister. Pad saved by TJ Ahrens, and that big rebound is collected by Hannah Haas and sent right back out to center. There's Trishon now. As the Knights able to just send it back into the Jesters' end and get a partial change here. Busby back at center. Pass to Moore off his stick. Braden looking to get it out and does. The Knights with Swangle now. Swangle in the slot takes a wrister that's kicked aside by Penico into the corner. Robinson loses it there to Coble. Now puck comes all the way through the mouth of the goal, but nobody there for the Knights. Now it's pitchforked back in by Llewellyn behind the net. Robinson right out in front of Hart. Shot stopped by Penico. Another rebound, and he is able to swarm that one as the Knights had another great opportunity.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Llewellyn doing his best Ted Davis to keep that puck in the zone. Backhanded it right in there.
Yep, and they ended up with a good shot off of that.
Yeah, Robinson followed up with a good shot off of that.
2:45 to go here in period 2. 2-1 Knights continue to lead the Jesters on the strength of a second period goal here. Face-off won by the Jesters. They're looking to get it out, but haven't quite done it yet. Now the puck cleared to center. Reichart moves it forward, but not into the zone. Kyle Gray tied up there now. Garby advances it. Moore will chase it down in the half boards in the zone. Trying to keep his balance as Moore. He does. Collects it now. Nice pass over to Davis. He scores. It's Garby. A backhander through the 5-hole off a great pass from Moore, and we're tied.
That was a great pass by Moore. Another one of those, I mean, he's passing a lot. We've called his name. He hasn't taken a whole bunch of shots himself, but he's doing the passing, and that was just a nice one-timer. Garby got it on his stick and glove side in.
Yeah, and he was, and Moore was barely able to keep his footing there, but he did, and right as he got to the red line, fired a nice backhand pass. And Garby was able to just beat TJ Ahrens.
If you've ever watched Justin Moore, he has a hard time keeping his footing anyway. So that's just him.
So he's used to it.
He's used to it.
And off the faceoff, Reichart sends it up. Marriott trying to play it at the blue line. Now back to Reichart. John Reichart will just skate it up and dump it all the way in. Coble chases it down in the far corner. Coble waiting. Now advances a pass that's deflected. Harms, and we are going to get a whistle. I'm guessing that was hit with a high stick.
That's a high stick, yes.
So that faceoff should come all the way down into the Knights' end here with just under a minute to go. Period 2. Game is tied at 2.
That was nice hand-eye coordination by Teague Boy to get that high stick, though.
That's right.
Yeah, the positives.
Well, if it had been down here, it wouldn't have been a whistle, right? So faceoff won cleanly now to Coble. Coble wrister right in on TJ Ahrens, and he will hang on to that one. And we'll get another immediate face-off with the clock running. 35 to go here in period 2. We'll line it up again to Ahrens' right. Davis wins that face-off, not as cleanly though. Kept at the point by Gray with a stick. Now into the corner. Helvey sends one on. Now Helvey again behind the net trying to come up with it, but Reichart able to gather it away. 15 seconds to go in the period. Coble at the point. Takes a shot that's deflected in front. Braden in the near corner. That's Niemi actually waiting. And we'll send out to center with 3 seconds to go. Marriott can't chase it down, and that will just about do it. As the horn sounds, action-packed second period, and we end it with the teams tied at 2.
That was a good period. Jesters 15 shots on that, and a lot of those are really good shots. The Knights only 6, but they each had a goal, so it's still anyone's game at this point.
That's right. And again, much like the first period, even though the shots were a little more lopsided in this period, I thought the action was pretty evenly distributed. Both teams certainly with scoring opportunities. The Jesters had a few more, And now that they have a fresh player, Trishon, who skated on sometime at some point during that period, and like you said, we called his name 4 or 5 times right away.
Exactly, Patrick. I was just going to say that with Trishon, he should be warmed up because he didn't have a chance when he got out there to really get warmed up. He should be warmed up right now.
And he looks like a guy who's playing defense, but he can certainly move the puck. I'd be definitely worried about him going into the third here.
Yeah, he's not staying in the defensive zone. You're going to see him take several shots. If I could, I'd like to say one more shout out to some friends in New York on the way to Brooklyn, listening to this wonderful game between the Knights and the Jesters. Have a safe trip to Brooklyn. Remember, no sleep till you get there.
And I will remind everybody that D-League Radio is brought to you by the Keg Stand, 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. 90 beers on tap, over 90 beers on tap, with new tappings every week. And don't miss half-price wings on Wednesdays, along with penny pitchers. Home of the D-League, home of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand. And don't forget about the potluck here at Bucks Arena on February 12th. That's a Sunday. So if you've got a killer 7-layer bean dip or a chili recipe that you know is awesome, be sure to bring it. Play is underway now as the faceoff is won by the Jesters, and Dave Gannon will just send it into the Knights' end. Right back out from Llewellyn, and here come the Knights with some speed. Shot right in on Pennico. He easily stops that one as Jeremy Dove took a wrister from the faceoff circle. And we'll have our first faceoff here of the third, just to Richie Pennico's right.
This is what the Knights needed. As soon as the puck dropped, they needed to get on the offensive, and that's what they did.
And so now here comes Trishon the other way for the Jesters, breaking out with speed. 2-on-2, sends a cross-ice pass to Axney. Hard shot goes wide. Now pass back into the center, but it's stopped in front. Hannah Haas trying to skate it out, can't. Now the battle for it in the front, and finally the Jesters, or the Knights, are able to send it back down. They will wave off icing here. Woodward behind his own net to collect it. Sends a pass that's high risk, that's off the skate of Van Horn. And now Murray trying to keep his footing, can't, and the puck will go deep into his own corner. Axney battles for it there. Woodward chips it ahead, and an opportunity there for Nutt goes just wide. Kept at the blue line by Gannon. Now Axney sends it behind the net. Nutt there. Tries to send one right out in front. It goes back to the point for Trishon. Trishon, wrister, deflected by Dove. Trishon again. Puck again, batted away in front. Now Dove will just backhand it out to center. And with some speed, here comes Van Horn.
Oh,
Van Horn is in. He's all by himself. Van Horn backhanded. It is off the post.
He had a nice
Pennico.
jump on that, and the bounce came right to his stick. He should not have missed that.
He just off the inside of the post, and the Knights miss a golden opportunity to take the lead here in the third.
I was already marking down my goal, but apparently I was a little too soon.
Little premature there as the Knights in their own zone now try to get it out. Here's Llewellyn sending it forward. Here's Vanderleest at the blue line for the Jesters, but taken away by Coble. Coble will skate it up himself. Now leaves it for Garby in the slot. Garby moves it back to Moore. Puck will go back out to center, so they'll have to skate out. Moore killing some time here now with it. Skating some circles with 15:30 to go here in the third. Moore tries to advance it now, and it's taken away. Garby, though, gathers it for the Jesters and brings it in. Up the far boards, now around the net. Centers one, knocked away by the Knights. Chase Robinson will bring it forward now for the Knights. Gains the blue line. It's 3-on-2 if they hurry. Centering pass to Vanderleest off his stick. And, Pennico able to knock it away, but it was an opportunity for Swengel goes awry. Vanderleest off a centering pass off his stick. Swengel in the corner. Tries to move it forward, but it's partially knocked down by Gray. Now a great opportunity there that goes just wide as Swengel had another bat at it. Braden sends it out in front. Off a Swengel stick as he was camped out on the far post. Now back to the point. Braden sends it down. We've got two guys down in the corner, slow to get up, and we haven't had a whistle. Swengel just chops at it. It'll go behind the net. Gray battling with Braden there, who's pinching in deep. Moore, move it up the boards and out. Moore with some speed. He's going to chase it down into the corner, but taken away by Braden and sent around the boards. Busby off his stick there, and the Knights are able to gather it and send it back out to center. 14 minutes to go in the third. Game is tied at 2. Knights missed a golden opportunity just a moment ago with a shot off the post. Now Coble at his own corner. Moves it up. Doesn't get it out though. Robinson keeps it there now from the circle. Sends one just wide. Goes around the net and Busby will clear it out to center. Niemi will gain control at his own blue line for the Knights. Send it off the boards to Marriott. Marriott gains the zone with a nice little pat move there. Marriott, wrister is deflected in front. Coble controls it there. And he will just fire it back out to center where John Reichart is waiting for it. Reichart looking for a pass to Marriott. Marriott off his stick, but he's able to get it back. Marriott skating it in to the circle, has it knocked away. Busby clears it behind Moore, and Reichart able to chase it down now for the Knights. At his own blue line is John Reichart up the near boards. Moves it over to Boyd. Boyd battling with Garby on near the boards here. Back to Reichart at the point. Reichart off his stick and out, and now here comes Moore. He may be all by himself. Moore in, takes a shot, he scores! Went 5-hole on Ahrens, and he beat him with a wrister. It looked like he was losing control of the puck just as he shot it.
It didn't just look like he lost control of the puck. He did, and he went into the 5-hole.
So a break there for the Jesters as they catch a breakaway, and Moore is able to bury it. It'll look like a hard shot in the morning in the box score. And TJ Ahrens is frustrated with that one. He knows he should have had it.
Yeah, he looks upset.
So it's 3-2 now. Jesters again in the lead. They win the faceoff, and Kuhn sends one right in on Ahrens. He gloves it easily and will hold on for a whistle. Still 12 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the third, so a lot of time for the Knights to get the equalizer again here. But that's got to be kind of deflating. They've been battling back this whole game.
It's been an even game. I mean, except for the shots, the Jesters have a lot more shots. It's been an even game, entertaining game.
Reichart off the faceoff, just sends it around the boards. And it'll be played out. Now Marriott will chase it down in front of his bench. Marriott up the far boards into the zone. Now centers one for Boyd. Wrister read it on Pennico. It's loose. He scores! Pennico lost the rebound, and Charlie Marriott was right there to bang it home. And just like that, it's 3-3.
That was a great transition. Charlie Marriott, he skated extremely hard up the left side. Nice pass to Boyd. Boyd takes a shot. And Marriott did what he needed to do. He got the rebound and put that back in.
That's right.
Nice play.
Well, that's why they always teach you to get to the net, drive the net, and you never know when you're going to get a rebound like that.
Follow the shot.
He was able to bury it, and just like that, we're tied. So right off the faceoff, Davis wins it, but he loses control. And now the Knights will send it right back out to center. Will go off the boards. Trishan there. He's got one coming hard. Trishan able to deke him and now move around. Out of his own zone. Fires a cross-ice pass to Coons. Coons gains the zone. Coons sends it behind the net. It's deflected. Knights. Llewellyn gets it there. Tries to get it to Van Horn, but it's intercepted. There's a hard shot from Trishan from the point that Ahrens is able to stop. Now Trishan moving it again to center. Ted Davis, backhander, he scores. So that was an interesting sequence. A hard shot from Trishan gets ricocheted in the corner, finds its way back to Ted Davis's stick, and he, with another backhander, takes the lead again.
Yeah, it's going to be his new nickname, the backhand. But that was a nice shot by Trishan. He was on the defensive, and he just, nice wrist shot, high. Ahrens made a nice stop to a blocker. He's not happy, look at that. And Ted Davis just picked up the rebound and backhanded it in.
So second goal of the game for Ted Davis. That gives him 12 on the year. And right off the faceoff, Niemi has to chase it down right in front of his own goal to prevent another opportunity. And here's another chance for the Jesters, but it's blocked in front. Van Horn with speed right out of his own zone, looking to break out with Dove. Dove skates it down in the far circle, sends a shot that goes off the post. Pennico may have gotten a piece of it. Centering pass goes all the way down. Dove a little frustrated there. Ahrens out of his own goal to play it. Now hard off the boards and out as Van Horn picks it up at center. Knocked off the puck by Axney, and Axney will fire it back the other way. But the Knights able to keep it there as Niemi right at the red line. Pass over to Van Horn now. Van Horn gains the zone 2-on-2. Sends one over to Dove. Dove, a shot goes just wide as Pennico went down a little early there. Van Horn back to the point. Reichart looking for the wrister there. Sends it just wide. Coble along the near boards. We'll just pitchfork that one all the way back out to center. It's gloved by Reichart, and he will play it off the boards. Dove at the blue line brings it in. Now centers one to Van Horn. Van Horn from the slot. He dekes, still with it. Backhander stopped by Pennico. Van Horn falls down, giving Gray a chance to play it out. And here comes the Jesters the other way. A wrister in on Ahrens is stopped and left for his defenseman. Bringing it out of the Knights now. Garby holds up Braden for a moment. Now Garby finds it right on his stick and just sends it into Nutt. Nutt, top of the circle, sends a wrister that's blocked by Reichart. And now here's a breakout pass to Reichart. Reichart wheels around and sends one cross ice to Vanderleest. Vanderleest with Swangle. Vanderleest sends one right in that's stopped by Pennico, and he will hang on. 8:20 to go here in the third period. 4-3 Jesters lead.
3-on-1 break. That's their opportunity that they needed to take advantage of, but Pennico stood on his head and made a nice save there.
Might have wanted a little bit better shot with that sequence, but at least they got something on net. And so we'll have a face-off to Pennico's left here with just under 8 minutes to go in the third. Garby wins it cleanly to Moore. Moore sends it hard around the boards. Kept at the blue line by Braden. Busby gains control back and just backhands one out to Garby with speed up the far boards. Garby coming in 1-on-2. Has to gather the puck now at the top of the circle. Sends a cross-ice pass that's behind Moore. And it will go back to center where Gannon just plays it right back into the Knights' end. Now a pass through the middle that's not out. Garby intercepts, sends one in that is ricocheted right up into the air, and it will be caught by Ahrens, and we will have another whistle here.
Yeah, just over 7 minutes left. It's a 1-goal game. Knights need to make something happen here.
Face off to Ahrens' right, won by the Jesters, and Busby takes a shot that's steered aside, sticked into the corner. Knights trying to get it out, but can't. Kept at the blue line by Trishan. Trishan sends a wrister on net that's stopped by Ahrens' pad, and he will get his glove down to hang on to that one.
Wow, I don't know if he saw that. He went down, and there it was.
It didn't look like he did. He was very fortunate to keep that one out. 6:45 to go in the third. Teams are changing here.
Now, is it just me, or does the game look like it's slowing down a little bit?
Maybe just a touch.
Yeah, I think the Knights need to pick it up a lot here, and I bet you about 2 minutes left. If it's still the score, they are going to pull TJ out of the net. That's always exciting when that happens. And no penalties. Believe it or not, we have not had a penalty
Not
this
a single one this whole game.
Hannah Haas on the ice, and there's no penalty.
Uncharacteristically so. There's Trishan in his own end, just backhands it right all the way out. It goes all the way down. Llewellyn back pedals and plays it down to Marriott. Good cross-ice pass. Marriott gets it to Boyd. Now they gain the zone. Boyd takes a hard wrister kicked aside by Pennico. Rebound. Boyd can't get there first. Trishan able to gather. Trishan behind his own net. Sends it around the boards into the corner. Nobody there. Gannon chases it down. Now sends it behind his goal to Trishan. Trishan looking for the breakout pass. Gets it to Busby. Off his stick now. Busby still with it. Now moves it ahead. Moore going to chase it down in the corner with Llewellyn coming. Llewellyn cancels. Moves it ahead. Marriott able to get the breakout pass to Boyd now. Boyd coming in 1-on-1 with Trishan. With some speed, Boyd loses control of the puck, and Trishan will come up with it now, and he's got an opportunity to break. Trishan the other way, 1-on-2. Trishan going far side to the circle, takes a hard wrister, stopped by Ahrens. Rebound, sent in front. Now there's another opportunity that Garby sends just wide. Ahrens may have gotten a part of that with his pad, and the Knights will send it back to center with just over 5 minutes to go here in the third.
So how many times do you think we've called Trishan's name so far in this third period?
Quite a few.
He's had a couple good shots. He's playing D, and he was up there on net taking that shot.
Yeah.
He's quick.
He's got the speed to recover, though, so I imagine he will do that whenever.
Yeah, I do too, and you'll notice that for me from time to time. I'll go up and shoot on net. Quick enough to get back. Honest.
Niemi behind his net now as the Jesters get a change. Niemi sends it over to Dove. Far boards, looking for the breakout, gets it to Van Horn. Center ice circle, fans on the first pass. Now Dove there to pick it up and just chip it into the zone. Gray falling down, able to keep his balance, but Dove strips him of the pucks. Far side circle, looking for the shot. Off of Pennico's stick. Rebound to the near boards. Now Reichart, just inside the blue line, fires one that's deflected off Gray into the near corner. Coble gets it there for the Jesters and just sends it right back and goes past Reichart to center. And the Jesters can take a breath here.
Yeah, a couple nice plays by Gray over there. And if you noticed it, he's kind of a defenseman like me. He doesn't play with any pads, either do I. I just noticed that about him. Doesn't look like he has any chest pads, does he?
Doesn't look like it. Definitely not shoulders.
That's the way I play D. He's a tough man yeah, he looks like a tough man out there.
Now we're going to have a whistle on an offsides here. With 3:40 to go, period 3. The Jesters lead the Knights 4-3. Knights looking to mount a comeback here to get this game at least even and get a point out of this one. Knights win the faceoff. Now it's Hannah Haas waiting. Across the blue line now. Back pedals looking for a pass. She'll just send it into the corner. Goes around the net. Coble first to it there. Reichart keeps it at the blue line. Reichart, shot deflected in front by Davis, and he'll wrist it out. Ted Davis has been all over the ice today.
He has.
Reichart sends it cross ice. Braden up to the blue line and punched in now by Dove. Kept at the line by Braden. Intercepted by Davis, and he'll just fire it, but it's deflected and kept. And now the Knights pounce. Dove into the corner, but Coble able to get there first, send it around the boards. Van Horn, though, for the Knights, battling with Helvey. Van Horn still battling. Helvey comes up with it. He'll wrist it along the boards, right to Reichart, though. He keeps it. Wrister is deflected. Loose in front. It's batted at. Dove tries, and he is unable to get anything on it. Now another shot. Penteco's still down. Puck is loose in front, and now kept to Reichart. Reichart, top of the circle. Shot. Hits somebody in front. Reichart gathers it by the circle. Takes another wrister. Gray is down. No whistle here. Play continues. And the puck will be sent back out to center by the Jesters as they dodge a little bullet there with just over 2 minutes to go here in the third.
Yeah, that was real confusing because it looked like everyone stopped. John Reichart just paused there for a second, then he took the shot. I didn't hear no whistle. He didn't hear no whistle.
There was no whistle. So here's Swangle. He's waiting for his team to get back on sides. Off a Helvey stick and into the Jesters zone. With 1:50, we'll start watching TJ Ahrens in his own net here. Coble gains control back to center. Helvey battling in the boards. Knights able to pitch it back in. Off of Vanderleest's leg, and here comes the goaltender Ahrens out, so the sixth skater on for the Knights. Sixth skater is Teague Boyd, and that will go for an icing. So now the Knights will get the benefit of the clock stopping and a face-off deep in the Jesters' end here.
With a man advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah, Gray went down hard. I saw him get up slowly, and he skated off. I hope he's all right. I can't see him on the bench. I see Ted Davis.
I think he's all right. He's second one from the end there, right next to Ted Davis. So
all right.
Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's definitely in some pain. So face-off one, and there's a shot right on the empty net. It goes just wide, and that will be an icing. Well, if Fred Woodward had waited just a couple of seconds to take that shot, he would have been over the red line, and it would not have been an icing. As it stands, he gives the Knights another face-off deep in the Jesters' end with minute 20 to go here in the third.
Yeah, that shot was, what, about half a foot wide?
Yep.
It was a little bit to the left.
It's tempting when you have that empty net. You just want to poke it in. Jesters are a player short now as Ted Davis comes out to play defense, making up for Kyle Gray, who's injured and still on the bench. Axney over to Davis. It hits a skate right out in front, but unable to be kept by Reichart at the line. It'll go back to center. Llewellyn looking to play it forward there. Does to Hannah Haas. Haas gets it into the zone, but it's out of the reach of Boyd's stick. Now back to center. Here's Axney. Axney eyeing the empty net over the blue line. Axney centers one over to Garby, out of his reach. Knights sending somebody in front of the goal to play defense. That's John Reichart. 50 seconds to go in the third. Knights need to break out. Here's Hannah Haas. Loses control at her own blue line. Sends it now to Robinson. Robinson just lifts it into the zone, but nobody's there.
It was not a smart play. You got 40 seconds left. You don't dump the puck. You have to skate it in and take your shot.
And now back out to center as the Jesters easily able to clear there. Llewellyn moves it forward to Reichart. Reichart loses it. It goes into the zone, but right back out. Now here's Axney. Axney over the line, takes a shot at the empty net, and it will trickle in off of Llewellyn's stick. And that will just about do it here as it makes it 5-3 Jesters with just 17.6 seconds to go in the game. It looked like Llewellyn was going to be able to stop it, but it just trickled off his stick and into the net. So Arns will come back into goal now. With just 17 seconds to go, Hannah Haas faces off with Garby. Haas wins it and just bats it forward. Now here comes Marriott with speed. Marriott dekes one. Marriott takes a wrister. Pennico goes down, stops it. Rebound. Again, we'll get a face-off here as the clock stops with 6.3 seconds. 5-3, Jesters lead the Knights. A late empty net goal makes it a 2-goal difference here. Face-off. Won by Garby, back to the point Murray. Murray takes a wrister that he partially fans on, and that will be all. So with a couple of late goals, the Jesters are able to get the 2 points in this one. They beat the Knights 5-3.
That was an entertaining game. I had the shots for the third period for the Knights at 14 for a 3-period total of 28. I had the Jesters at 11 for a 3-period total of 33.
So a pretty even game in terms of shots on goal, scoring chances. Everything seemed to be pretty close. Just came down to a late goal from the Jesters, and then they were able to add the empty netter in the final seconds to make the final margin 2 goals instead of 1. But the end result is the same. The Jesters with the win. They move to 6-8-1 and now have 13 points. The Knights fall to 3-11-1 and they stick with 7 points. And now the Jesters have won both meetings on the year by the same score, 5-3.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game by both sides. I really liked Teddy Davis, his backhands. I thought Justin Moore played a pretty good offensive game, had quite a bit of nice passes. I really liked Charlie Marriott from the Knights. The kid was he was all over the place. I think he was their start. I mean, I don't know who all got their 3 goals. I didn't have that written down, but I know Charlie Marriott had one of them, but he was all over the place.
Teague Boyd had one. I believe Charlie Marriott had one.
Yep.
And the third one, I'm not remembering at this point.
But it could have been Chase Robinson, because that's when we kind of got it mixed up.
That was right. Yeah, I think it was Chase Robinson got that 3rd goal. So that's just about it. All we have here. I will remind everybody that all games on D-League Radio are brought to you by the Keg Stand, 3530 West Town Parkway in West Des Moines. They have over 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week. And don't miss half-price wings on Wednesdays along with penny pitchers. Home of D-League Radio, the Keg Stand. And also remember that on February 12th here at Bucks Arena, we will be having a potluck. If you have a dish to bring or you just want to eat something, be sure to show up and hang out in the lounge before or after your game. There'll be food. So for Matt Thiele, I'm Patrick McFarland. Thank you for tuning in today, and be sure to catch us live at 3 o'clock when the Squirrels and the Tall Boys do battle in a big conference game there. So
let me ask you this while we got. Who do you got in this game, the Squirrels and the Tall Boys?
Well,
I think the Tall Boys are going to win 7-1. What about you? What do you think about this game?
I don't think it's going to go that way. They beat us the first time, and they're good. They've got a good squad. It'll definitely be a physical game. There'll be a high-paced game. Ultimately, I think we're going to pull it out, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be here to watch that game. It's going to be one of them that I had marked on my calendar that I want to see.
All right. Well, unless you've got anything else, that'll do it for us here. So be sure to tune in at 3 o'clock.
All right. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Matt.